You've likely heard a lot about LNG, or liquefied natural gas, recently. It tops the Prime Minister's list of major infrastructure projects he wants fast-tracked. But what exactly is this centerpiece of Mark Carney's proposed industrial building boom? Is it just a pipe dream? First, we have a bit of a backgrounder piece on the proposed facility in British Columbia, and then we'll be joined by the head of a company working on a lesser-known project on the other side of the country. Ottawa has big plans for approving liquefied natural gas, starting with British Columbia.
Tsilizum's LNG will be the lowest emission LNG in the world and one of the most significant Indigenous supported projects in Canadian history.
This country is open for business.
It was part of the Prime Minister's recent major projects announcement.
LNG Canada Phase 2. This will directly help transform our country into an energy superpower. This project will double LNG Canada's production capacity and make it the second largest liquefied natural gas facility of its kind in the world.
The LNG export terminal Ottawa has greenlit is on the northern coast of BC. It's the shortest marine route to Asian markets where there's rising demand for cleaner energy. But what exactly is LNG? Essentially, it's natural gas that's cooled, changing it into a liquid so it's easier to store. It's then put in cryogenic containers on ships, and once delivered, the LNG is brought back to its gas form and sent to consumers via pipelines.
I actually started working on LNG back in 2004.
Right.
So I'm glad to see you. BC's finally woken up.
Conservative BC MP Ellis Ross also posted, quote, "No government in its right mind would disapprove Phase 2. This has been a Nisga'a-led project for more than a decade. That nation did a lot of the local environmental assessments."
This was due to the hard work of our nation and the hard work of our partners standing together to bring some realization to the Tsilizum's project.
But not everyone is on board.
There are other First Nations who are very concerned about crossing on their traditional territories.
Energy seems to be the main question now, especially when you consider BC had been buying electricity from the United States.
Since 2011, 18 Canadian LNG export facilities have been proposed, but only one, the first phase in this most recent proposal, is complete.
It is a momentous day.
The U.S. has already built 8 terminals and rubber stamping 20 more.
The Department of Energy has approved over 100 million tons per year increase in U.S. LNG export capacity.
Canada's proposed floating LNG export terminal is northwest of the current LNG terminal in Kitimat that saw its first tanker arrive last spring. It's led by Shell, and its slick promotional video points to the future.
To have that first cargo going out the door, it's just bringing all of that hard work to this monumental milestone.
I don't think excitement does it justice. It's about arriving. This is setting it up for the next generations.
But whether Canada will become a major global player in liquefied natural gas is yet to be proven. On the other side of the country, Firmuse Energy has announced plans for an LNG project off the coast of Newfoundland. A nearly 400-kilometer pipeline would bring gas from the Jeanne d'Arc Basin to a facility in Firmuse where the gas would be liquefied. The St. John's-based company says the $15 billion plan would never have happened without the Prime Minister's policy changes. The CEO of Firmuse, Swapan Kataria, joins us now. Mr. Kataria, thank you so much for joining us on West Block.
Thanks for having me, Ben.
So earlier this year, Parliament passed Bill C-5, legislation to speed up approval for major infrastructure projects identified as being nation-building. Is that what you credit for the planning of this project?
Yes, quite true. I don't think we would have thought about taking this leap without that.
What other signals has Ottawa been sending that you believe are going to help move along LNG projects like yours ahead?
I think the announcement has just come out, Ben. As you can appreciate, these are long-drawn projects. There are a lot of them I see which are already in the queue, have been worked at for the last so many years. So I don't expect ours to be right on the top of the list, but I think it helps the vision, and we're not necessarily looking for funding from the government. We're only looking for support to process our applications faster.
So, Mr. Kataria, you have the support of the provincial government, but who at the federal level have you been speaking to? What have they told you?
So I don't think I'd like to discuss who we've been speaking to, because there are so many different people that we've been talking to. I think the most important message that I want to give is I think they have not geared up to move fast yet, but they are putting things together that things will move faster very soon. That's what we are told.
So the government has supported you. Is that what you're saying?
That is correct.
Okay. Yeah, what you're saying is they're limbering up for the race right now. They're getting ready.
I think
yeah.
That's very well put in words.
All right. Okay. Explain to our audience why you believe liquefied natural gas is the future of consumer energy.
I think, a lot of people believe that, and everybody has a way of doing business, looking at things. I think everybody believes that gas is a transition fuel, which is going to help us bridge the future to renewables. I think we at our various companies globally, we feel that, yes, it is a bridge to renewables, but renewables is an incomplete statement. I think it is a bridge to renewables and nuclear, because the base load capacity that nuclear can provide, nobody else can.
Right. It really seems when it comes to LNG, it's a tale of two coasts, right? You've got shipping of LNG from BC. It's already started, but no LNG projects in Newfoundland have ever made it further than the proposal stage. Why do you believe yours will be the one to buck that trend?
A few different key differentiations. Number one is, I think, Newfoundland and Nova Scotia, which is where most of the projects have been proposed in the past. I think it's the supply of gas. So the quantity of gas that is available in Newfoundland, we feel, is a lot more secure. And because the fields are growing, and Equinor is bringing in Bay du Nord, and Cenovus is expanding its West White Rose field, I think there will be more gas than what is available today.
Well, because it's Canada in 2025, one has to weigh the environmental concerns against the profits of a project like this. What environmental concerns are you up against?
I think our biggest challenge is not the liquefaction technology, Ben. It is tried and tested. It's been done in various parts of the world. I think we are spending a lot of our focus and time on assessing the risks around the pipeline that is going to connect the fields to the shore.
All right, let's talk about headwinds, because there are worries that by the time LNG facilities like yours reach market, say by the end of the decade, global supply is expected to outpace demand. So Canadian projects could be crushed by established, cheaper producers like the ones from the U.S. What are your fears?
I think I heard the same statement 15 years ago. Then I heard it again 12 years ago. I heard it again 10 years ago. I don't know how to answer it, because I think you and me will be talking in 10 years from now, hearing the same thing for another project.
Okay, but let's move to the next phase here. What is the next stage of the development of this project?
So we have a fully approved marine base, and I think we want to move forward with the marine base, which helps the oil and gas industry to expand and sustain itself over the future. But in addition to that, we now need to start doing an environmental lineup for the LNG. So that is a process we intend to start as soon as we have more comfort from the federal side on the process timings, and that should take another 3 to 6 months.
Mr. Kateri, I'd love to talk to you about a criticism that has been leveled against this new rapid approval system that the Bill C-5 has laid out. The criticism is that it is overlaid on top of the previous system that was, some would say, designed to keep investment at bay. So in order for somebody to, and for a project to take advantage of this sped up process, they must in fact be determined to be a project of national importance. Is that your goal? Is your goal to get on that list?
I think if we are on that list or not, I think we still support the overall vision, number one. Number two, I think we cannot make these decisions, from a political standpoint. We are not political guys.
No.
The way we look at it is, we see an opportunity from a business perspective and we want to explore it. We need to develop it. But if we don't get the necessary support from the government, then of course, we move on to another country or another place. I think Canada is very well positioned to partner with European counterparts. I think they're our partners. And if everybody works together, it's going to sustain itself into a more responsible project.
Yeah.
I think if I was doing the same project in somewhere in Africa or somewhere in another part of the world, I don't know if the standards will be the same.
No.
I think Canada can do it much better.
Canada can do it much better, and I'm very glad that you've been very bullish. But just so we can level set with the audience before we end this conversation, we've talked about a $15 billion project. How much of that funding has been obtained? How much of it do you have right now, and what's it going towards? And at what point will you be satisfied knowing that you have the support of all these stakeholders, that you will get that $15 billion and you will start building out this project?
So as of today, we have comfort that if we have the support of the stakeholders, the funders will fund the project. I don't think that has been a challenge. If that was a challenge, we wouldn't even have started. I think our real challenge is really to give comfort to the funding community internationally that the Canadian government, the Canadian processes will support it. As you know, going through other projects in the past, people are concerned. So if we talk to an investor, their first rebuke to us is, hey, are you sure it's going to happen in the next 2 years? Because the running costs could go up 4, 5, 6 times if it gets extended beyond 2 years. So I completely agree with you. You're hitting the nail right on the spot. And that is why when I say that, if the Prime Minister did not announce that vision and we did not feel confidence in it, we would not have had the support of our investors and we would not have been able to move forward.
Well, Mr. Kataria, I appreciate that you're going in this with your eyes open and realistic. Mr. Kataria, thank you very much.
Thanks so much, man. Have a wonderful day.